Hey everyone, so I just got a really fun new product, which is a translucent powder from Kandesn. So I wanted to show you how I was going to use it. I am not like a powder person per se. I like a real dewy look, but I figured this would be nice for me to have on days maybe where I didn't want to wear a full face of makeup. Maybe you're going to the pool, maybe you're just having a day off, maybe you're wearing a mask. You want to look finished for when you do take it off, your mask off, but you also don't want to wear a lot of makeup. Okay, so I'm going to finish prepping my skin. I already cleansed it. I'm going to use beauty water to, if I can get some out, close all my pores and start my hydration. I'm going to use my hydrating gel cream to prep my skin. Always important to use moisturizer right under your foundation or under any of your makeup. So I'm going to show you a little tip. That's about all the moisturizing gel I used. I like to use, when I don't wear my CC cream especially, I still want to use an SPF. And so I'll mix it with, you can use it alone, the moisturizer, but for me, I like to mix it with the sunscreen with my moisturizer just to make it a little bit more of an even application. This, I never get sunburned when I wear this. Wear it to the pool all the time and everything else. So I love it, and I don't break out with it, which makes me happy too. Okay, so now that my skin is prepped, then I am going to if you have any blemishes, you can cover them if you'd like. I am going to take a little bit of my CC's cream today, just a tiny bit on my finger like this, and I just want to put a little bit kind of around my eyes. It is just like in the inner corner, in the outer corner, just a little bit, just because, you know, I don't have a ton of dark circles like some people might have, but I do want to kind of brighten that area up a little bit. So that'll help with that. All right, next is the translucent powder. So it only comes in one color. It's just a sheer silk. It's called sheer silk translucent powder. So it's not going to make you look overly powdery, but look at how cute this is. I love this. See this little powder puff in here? You can use the powder puff if you are a powder puff type to dab it. So you can shake it like that, or you can shake it in to the lid, kind of like there's other brands you might do that, and you can put some in the lid, and then you can use your little powder puff. So I will use my powder puff right now just for my forehead to show you how you can use it just like that. But I also, my favorite way of using it, put a little bit in your lid. A little goes a long way, folks, so just a tiny bit. And then you can take, I do like the Kabuki brush from Bare Minerals, and you can swirl it just like they do in their commercials. Put it all over. This just helps to kind of give you that finished skin without looking overly makeup for the day. Because for me, like today I'm going to work. I do wear a mask at work in the salon, and so I don't want to look overly powdered. So you can do it just like that. And sometimes I feel like if I wear too heavy of makeup, then it looks all icky when I take my mask off to even take a drink, and who wants to look like that? So you can see kind of how it's sort of evened me out. Next, I'm going to throw on a little bit of bronzer. Still looking for one that I'm absolutely in love with, but this one will do for now. A little bit of bronzer just so that I don't look like a pale ghost. And then I like today I'm going to use the Kandesn brow pencil in blonde. I do love this one still. I go back and forth. Sometimes I use the one from, what's it called? Beauty Counter, because that one's quick. But this one I feel like I have just a tiny bit more control over the shape. So it just depends on what you want to look like for the day. Do you just want your natural brow? Then that brush one that I was using was awesome. Do you want to have a little bit more of a set shape? Then this one's a good one also. So you can see, I mean, just once in a while I like to look a little bit more polished. You do need a pencil for that. And you can use both together, and I've done that also. But today, just for time and for what I want to do, I'm going to use this one. All right, so next I'm going to show you a little trick. I love to wear eyeshadows, but you know, sometimes it's hard to make them look like they're real pigmented, maybe because of whatever type of skin you have. So you can buy those like they're almost like a primer for your eyelids, or you can use a foundation or a concealer and just put that on your eyelid all over, and it totally changes everything. So it just gives you a even palette to work with. It kind of cancels out any redness. It also gives, when it's a cream like this, it gives the eyeshadow something to stick to. So then that way you have more pigment in your eyeshadows. Here is my new favorite technique. It's probably not new to anybody else, but it is new to me and I'm really loving it. Back in the day, you know, you spent a long time making like tiny little rainbows and all of this stuff, but this is like super quick and easy. So here's a palette. It's a lot of earth tones. I'm kind of into earth tones lately. I'm going to take this darker one. I'm going to put it on the outer corner like this, just in a little line. Probably like, what in the world? Same thing on this side. It's amazing how quick and how easy this is. Now, I'm gonna kind of wipe that off. I'm going to take this less dark one right here. It's kind of a taupey color. Put it on the right next to it. So this is almost like a terracotta or kind of a warmer tone. This is more of a taupey color. Same thing, stripe that in there. And you're like thinking, this looks so terrible. And I look like an 80s Barbie right now. Okay, so see that? Now here's where the trick comes in. I'm going to take this like pearly little creamy color and I'm going to put it here and then blend it all over. Look at that, you guys. Isn't that crazy how easy that is? It just blends everything, all the colors together, but it makes you have a multi-dimensional eye without having to sit here for like forever and try to blend it all. I am no makeup artist, but I am excited when I can find an easier way to do things. I used to do brides years ago and that was really fun, but now I just enjoy doing it for fun. So check that out. Look how simple and easy that was. Now if you want to add a little highlight, you can. I try to choose something a little bit more matte. Some people like a little bit of sparkle. I'm just going to add it with my finger on the brow bone, just like that. Look how simple that was. And then because we're doing more of a natural look, I am going to use a dark and angled brush instead of eyeliner, an angled brush with just a dark powder. Doesn't even have to be black, just like a dark, dark brown, and go along my lash line on top because it just makes a soft little bit on the bottom for me. Just softens everything, not a harsh line. I'm kind of don't want to do like a ton of liquid liner for me personally, especially in the summertime. I don't know why. Right now I kind of like to save that for special occasions, right? I'm still living in the land of pulling my eyelid when I put my makeup on. Okay. Now if you want to go back with your eyeshadow, you can, and add some more shadow if you want it a little bit darker. But I'm going to just add my mascara now, which you guys all know I use the Kandesn Lash Enhancing Mascara 991 Charcoal. I still use it all the time. Doesn't irritate my eyes, which is a huge thing for me because recently I went to try to use other mascaras just because I felt like I wanted the really full effect, and I used to wear it all the time, and that brand, I'm not going to say names, but that brand definitely, my eyes were like puffy, excuse me, puffy and irritated, and I couldn't even get it off at night. So I'm back to this again. You know, I really, at the end of the day, this is the one I really do like, and I just love that it doesn't get clumpy and it doesn't smudge or run or any of that. I'm going to do a second coat. Now, if you use a lash curler, this is the time to use your lash curler. You all know I don't. I probably should, but I got out of the habit in like the mid 2000s and never went back. So check that out. That's pretty good, right? Okay. Next is my Pharmacy blush in, I never know what color, Rose Jam, my Pharmacy blush. Still using this. I'm still liking the tone. And then after I put my blush on, last but not least, is my Beauty Counter. It's the in color is in Twig. It's that conditioning lipstick, so it's like a glossy lip color almost. I'm gonna put that on. Check it out. So there you go. I'm ready for whatever. I still have a bit of eye makeup on. I chose to do that because, like I said, I'm going to work and I want to look a little bit polished, especially when I have my mask on, right? But pretty good. I really like this translucent powder. It doesn't feel super heavy. It doesn't feel like powdery. I feel like I still have a nice natural glow. And so, yeah, and I like the ingredients too. So I think I'm gonna wear this today and probably use it a lot more often, even over my CC cream on days where I want a little bit more of a matte look. So have a good day, everybody.